Hey, okay, so part two. I left off, I went to my mom and felt, I actually believe that I actually went to her and saw her. I went and visited various people from my family. The first person I went to was my mom, and like I said, I just had this huge overwhelming unconditional love for her, and I just saw her, and it just felt like any like resentment or anything like childhood baggage I had held on to, I just let it all go in that instant. It just disappeared. And then I went to my grandma, I went to my brother, and each person I saw in a different place. Like, for example, my brother, he was like eating dinner with someone. I didn't see what was going on, but I just felt like he was eating with someone, he was talking with them, and in visiting all these people in my family, it gave me this feeling like I need to talk with them, like I need to bond with them more in my day-to-day life. Like I need to get that connection back that I've had with them before. And then I don't really remember the order anymore. All the while, like I said before, like I wasn't able to actually vomit or purge or come out the other end, which I was expecting. I was expecting to purge, to clean out my system, and it didn't happen. But I did. I was having these huge yawns, like massive yawns. Like I didn't know my mouth could open that wide and I could yawn that much. I kept yawning and yawning, which is a form of purging as well. And then it started. I was crying all the while. Going to each person, going to my mother, I would start crying. Trying to quietly cry in my tiny ball and not disturb anyone. And so it started clearing out all of my sinuses, like my nose, like sinuses under my eyes, up in my forehead, like they just started draining, and I was just a disgusting mess of boogers. And I imagined that everyone else, I could see or feel, I could see it too and feel it. This like body of water that was underneath the group, and it felt like it was draining everybody's dark stuff. Like it was just draining. It was so peaceful to feel how everyone was draining together, and it was like going in this river underneath us slowly and just washing away. And each time I would visit someone, and I would cry and feel grateful for them in my life, and I would be draining, and I could feel this river that was like a connective energy between all of us, just draining as well and just flowing away. I also visited some traumatic experiences from my youth, from my childhood, which I don't really want to go into on a YouTube video. I visited this feeling, which I'd already worked through personally a lot, and I saw this huge, like 100-gallon metal tank tip over, and from that tank spewed all of this like molasses, like dark, gross stuff. And as it tipped over and it washed out, I felt like everything that I'm saying, like I could feel on a really, really deep level. I felt all of this stuff that I was holding on to just drain out of my body, just drained out. The thing dumped over, and I just felt it drain away. Something important that happened when I was visiting my mom and my grandma. This was one of the most healing experiences of the whole night. I saw them, and then I saw these big giant towers beside me, and I knew that. Sorry, it's the cat. It was their collective trauma, their collective pain of all of like my female lineage. Molly, she's up on the computer. All of their pain of all of my female lineage, I could see it in these towers, and then I just saw them dissolve, like and I felt all of their pain and all of their trauma dissolve and go away. And in that exact moment, which is 1 second but also an eternity, it's so strange to talk in linear time, I felt that I healed all of my ancestors in my past, and I healed my daughter's futures as well, and myself. Everyone at the same time. I was healing the past, the present, the future. That was a huge feeling. What else? I felt so super grateful to all of the people. I also, as I was kind of crying and I was kind of hugging myself, I just like started like touching my own body, like my own shoulders, and just being like, oh my God, I love this shoulder. Oh my God, I love myself so much, and feeling so much self-love, which I've struggled a lot with self-love in the past. And I just felt so much love for myself, and I was just like touching my body like it was like my lover, myself. I probably looked so strange, and I was just like, oh, I love you, thank you for existing, like thank you for this body, thank you for being me. And just every time I had one of these epiphanies of gratefulness, so much tears and so much mucus, like afterwards, I kind of had to get up, and it was just my face, I was just like covered in like gook. I looked so gross probably, and I just was like wiping myself with a blanket. So all of this healing stuff was going on, all this crying, felt so good. And then we basically had like a time afterwards when the shaman kind of, he started talking slowly because we're all like coming back. Oh, and all the while, like when I'm having these like epiphany moments and healing, oh, sorry, it's the cat. She keeps cuddling against the computer. I'm looking around the room and feeling so grateful for everyone, and the shaman and his wife and every person that's present, like real gratefulness. And I could see these webs around each person, like this, like everyone was in their own little cocoon. It was so weird. I could see them around each person, and around the tree that was in the middle too. I could see its protective cocoon, and there was all these like webs and cocoons all over everything. It was just a very like, it was kind of like being in like a womb altogether or something. Anyway, then the shaman kind of slowly started talking, and he started like explaining, you know, what things we might have gone through, and everything he was saying was so wise, and I felt like he was talking just to me. And I kept crying quietly, like, oh my God, thank you for every word that you're saying. Then he invited everyone to kind of sit up and, you know, kind of come back into your body. And if anyone wanted to start kind of sharing how they felt and their experiences. And I just kept crying, hearing everyone talk. And one girl sang, and her voice was so beautiful. Like, I just felt so much beauty in this moment. Like so much gratefulness and so much beauty, and I felt so humbled, and I felt so tiny, like, and I was just so happy in this exact moment, just being, you know, not thinking about anything at all, you know, what I need to do or what was going to happen. We're always like thinking about what's going to happen next, what do I have to do, what, you know, and I was just so happy to just be alive. When it was my turn to talk, like I couldn't verbalize very much. I was trying to just not cry, and I just said something basically like, you know, I'm really grateful to be alive. And my soul, like I've had a complete like breakdown and rebirth basically. We slowly kind of incorporated, and people started getting up and hugging each other. There were some real hugs, like everyone just hugged each other, like each person for like 5 whole minutes. It was really healing, really beautiful. And then we all shared food together. And man, there's no eating food like eating food after an ayahuasca ceremony. It is like eating food for the very first time ever. Like biting into anything, like just the feeling of chewing in my mouth, and this feeling of swallowing, and the taste of everything. I think I ate like a cracker. It was like something really basic, and it was just like, this cracker is so amazing. Just everything just felt so good. Yeah, anyway, that's basically it. I'm gonna cut this video short because I'm scared my computer battery's gonna turn off. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.